All right. Welcome to the Tiffany Show, the second of the year, I believe, right? Yes, amazing.
Big accomplishment there.
It is a huge accomplishment. So it is the official start of summer, so I figured I would take and wear my shades this time. Today, as always, we have John, the man behind the curtain, the wizard.
The most professional among us.
The most professional among us.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. How's your summer?
So far, so good.
All right.
And
welcome to the Cement City Chatter podcast, by the way.
Oh yeah, my first time here.
Yes.
That's what we're actually doing here.
I thought
it's a Tiffany show.
It's a Tiffany show.
It's definitely the Tiffany show. Okay. And to my left, we have city council candidate in a runoff election
Place one.
Place one.
Yes, we do.
Alan Mormon. He's
I'm
also
here.
the chairman of the Midlothian Basketball League, right?
Association.
Association.
We'll go with that.
Are you chairman? You have just make up your own name.
Director.
I mean, master of all.
Yeah, I would take
sure.
that too.
All right.
Yeah.
And next to him we have Tater Beard.
How y'all doing?
Tater Beard.
Tater Beard.
Tell everybody who you are, Tater.
Yeah.
Why are
A
you
fat guy.
What don't you do? What don't you
I'm
do?
a fat guy.
What don't you do?
No,
in
Fat,
no.
sassy, and full of vinegar.
Okay, that's fair.
And
That's
we love you
absolutely
that
fair.
way, Tater.
Okay.
But what don't you do in Midlothian? Because I think it's easier. It's an easier list.
Take my wife out to eat enough. That's
okay.
that's pretty much what I don't do.
That's fair. That's
That
very
got
fair.
deep,
But
really
no.
quick.
I know, right?
No. I just love doing community service. That's about it.
And then last, but certainly least, Tim.
That was
I like Rob's intros better.
Certainly least.
Certainly.
wow.
Well, if nothing, she tries to keep me humble. So
That's
Here comes
exactly.
the train. Okay.
well, hey, we got a lot going on this week.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so today, let's talk about today, man.
Today was
Some
a
big
firestone of
news.
news.
Dropped.
Drama.
This is Thursday, by the way.
Thursday,
1st of
June 1st.
Some
By the
juicy
way,
Thursday drama.
hold on,
Yes.
stop for a second. June 1st, 16 years ago today, I got married to the man, the myth, the legend.
This is your anniversary.
Bravo.
Absolutely.
And you're
100%.
here?
You're here?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
exactly.
And there's Sean over there. Hey, Sean, good job on 16 years.
Without
That's
killing
all
me.
I'm going to say. Good job.
Without killing me.
Okay, was the crowd going wild for him or for her?
Oh no, it's
Oh, for
absolutely
him.
it's
Okay.
for,
Definitely
for
for
me
him.
for not being killed and for
Okay.
him for not getting arrested
Gotcha.
yet.
Okay.
I like that.
Oh, we love Sean, though.
All right, sorry, carry on.
Oh, shout out to Sean's cooking also. Like,
oh, his potatoes.
yeah, well, his skill at somehow staying married to you, but his potatoes. Oh, man.
His potatoes. I had those yesterday. They were day before yesterday. Yeah, those were delicious.
There you go.
Crispy
See, I
on the
noticed-
outside.
I noticed you didn't tell me because you knew I would drop by and eat them all.
Oh yeah, I absolutely have stabbed you twice for that.
No, it's a true story. She has actually stabbed me
Okay.
over those potatoes.
Well, because he reached into my plate like it was just going to be nothing.
So you're Joey
yes.
from Friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
don't share
yeah.
food.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't
no.
share potatoes.
Okay.
No, I reached over to grab some potatoes off her plate because the community potatoes
Yeah.
were already gone.
They were not. He had them on his own. He just emptied them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so I tried to grab some off of her plate,
And?
she jammed her fork into my hand,
Yeah.
but I didn't retract it. I was still trying to get so she stabbed me again.
I double tapped. I understand the laws of the land. You always double tap.
Yeah. That's rule number 5, right?
I think it's 3 actually.
Three?
The
Okay,
first
my
one
bad.
the first one's stretching.
Yes.
The second one is it's double tap. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Our fact checker will definitely figure that
Yes.
one out for us. But yes. All right.
Yeah.
So big news today.
Big news today. Dr. Fay, the superintendent for Midlothian ISD, has been named the lone finalist for Clean ISD superintendent.
Lone finalist.
Blah blah blah.
Wow.
What does that mean for us?
That means that, well, if she chooses to accept that role, because that has happened recently, there's no indication she's not accepting this role.
Yeah.
She'd really be stupid if she didn't.
Well, she released a statement saying that she was
Well, I know, but
eager to get down there.
but the point is that Arlington, our neighbor,
Yeah.
had just had their lone finalist decline the offer.
Yes.
So if she accepts, we'll be on the hunt for a new superintendent.
I mean, would you want to go to Colleen?
I mean, no.
For
but-
$450,000 a year plus allowances.
I mean, for that, I could
If
fly
you
a
could
lot
live
of
in,
places.
maybe if you can live in the neighboring town, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, nobody says you have to live there.
Do not live in the neighboring town to Killeen. That's all I'm going to tell you. As somebody that drives down and does football.
Okay.
Okay, we have to drive through there every time. Do not live in the neighboring town.
I know
Well,
nothing about Colleen other than
Yeah.
the military.
so she is a military spouse,
Yeah.
and her husband was stationed there for several years.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
she has
that
lived
makes
there
sense.
before, and she considers that one of her homes.
Oh, okay.
So-
So we've got a lane letter situation, sort of, where it was a home district has kind of called and offered way more money than we offered.
Yes.
I don't know. Money talks, but
Interesting
it does.
enough.
But she again, it wasn't just the money. She has other
No.
reasons to want to.
I
go
mean,
there.
same thing with
So-
Lane. Like, it wasn't just the money.
Sure.
I mean, it didn't hurt.
Oh yeah,
But-
it doesn't hurt.
Well, the guy to my left did a great little post on Facebook today about the entire situation. I thought, bravo to you,
Oh.
kind sir. Okay. But no, I mean, there's an opportunity here, but people look at it and say 2 years, but what has she done in 2 years? There's a lot that's been done
Yeah.
in the district that's for the positive of all these kids.
Yeah.
And, sometimes it's just a good time to, Mayor Reno did a great job.
Yeah.
Justin's going to take over and take what Reno did and add to it.
Sometimes
we
it's
have that
just time
possibility.
Sometimes it's just a pass the baton
Yep.
situation.
Yeah.
Pass the reins.
Yeah, we're not dropping it. We're
No.
just passing it.
No, and it doesn't mean that the previous person did everything wrong or,
No.
or anything like that. And one of the things that I mentioned today, since you called
Yeah.
out my post on Facebook, one of the things I mentioned was, you're always going to have people that are detractors. They're going to complain about
Cave
something.
Right.
Yeah, no matter what it is. And she certainly had people who complained about everything.
Yes.
And including stuff that she had no control of.
Our Jimmy Johnness.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
exactly.
Wait,
So-
what?
And that's a long story. Okay.
Okay, we'll take that offline. Carry on.
But so, ironically, the same people that complained about her being here are now complained that she only stayed 2 years.
Yeah.
So
Well, again, it's citizens against
It's-
virtually
yeah,
everything.
yes,
So, like,
the
they're
cave people.
against her being here. They're against her leaving. Like, do they just not? They just want to complain.
and the funny thing, I know we've brought up the term cave people before.
Yeah.
And what's funny is sometimes those people that we have in our head when we're saying that, we don't want to call them out by name. That's not how
No.
we are. But I've had those people comment that I called them cave people. And I'm like, I didn't call anyone in particular a cave person. I said,
I think we may have
slow.
let it slip once or twice on here, but no,
We
not
can
really.
fix
I
that.
don't know.
You can say, Tater, you're a cave person.
No, I
But
Okay.
Tater's
I'm
not a cave
generally-
person.
Well, I am a cave person.
You're not a citizen against virtually everybody.
No,
or everything.
but
or
I-
everybody for that matter. I mean,
But I
there's some
eat a
people
lot of
extra
meat.
people eat-
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, yeah.
I am a
Me-
carnivore.
Paleo, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm all for paleo.
Yeah, we're not talking about Paleolithic people.
Oh,
We are
okay.
talking about citizens against virtually everything. They just want to
Yes,
complain.
cave.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway,
But can I want to say something to that.
please
So-
do.
So the only thing that because I see those individuals and I see groups of people that it seems like there's nothing positive that you can there's no positive
Mm-hmm. You don't see
feedback
them
that can
saying
be pulled.
positive things, right?
But also I see a huge, like, whether it's city or specifically
Yeah.
what we're talking about with the schools district and whatnot, there's so many people that never get involved or say anything. And so, I always try to be careful too. And I know this isn't, you guys' intention, but I always try to be careful because I don't want anybody to feel like, their concerns are being immediately shoved to the side, because at the end of the day, we need more people getting out there and sharing their, positive and
Sure,
their concerns and things like that. And
it's
so
okay to criticize.
we've got this
I don't think
weird-
anybody's ever said anything.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's one of those things where, I'd like to see more people have an opinion, I guess is what I'm getting at. I'd like
The
to
no opinion.
see more people have an opinion, whether it's
Well, you need to hang
the
around
positive
Tiffany
or
and
the
I more.
negative.
You'll get all the
Yeah.
opinion
Well,
that
you
you
know,
can handle.
but-
I hand them out freely.
Yeah, the
But
only
my
opinion that
grandmother-
matters to me
Share.
is the one I agree with.
Yes.
So,
Oh yeah. Oh, I've always been
Well,
told like opinions
and-
are like buttholes.
And I'm
Everybody's
not.
got one.
I guess
and
I'm
most
not
of them
saying
stink.
opinion on Midlothian talk, because there are plenty of those.
yeah.
But people getting people getting involved and and communicating and just trying to get involved in the process. And we've got a huge lack of that. We're seeing that right now. I know we may talk about that later, but it's something that I really value. And although there's people I vehemently disagree with, it's like the fact that they're actually engaging, in some ways,
Sure.
Is positive.
Well, my biggest thing is if you do have a thing that you want to say, come with a solution.
Absolutely.
Okay,
That's good.
Participate in the whole thing, not just saying that this is bad.
I'm not
Oh,
laughing
wow.
at you. He's putting up.
Oh, I see what he's doing. But not to whether say that
Yeah.
we disagree on something, but at least come with a solution to it. I mean, I learned that from my grandmother when I was 5 years old.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
That's
no,
some
yeah.
more-
Don't just
some-
complain.
Yeah.
Try to, even if you don't have a solution, try to help people find
Yes.
one.
Right.
Like, I think that's the big problem that I have with the people that just complain constantly. But like, how would you, Alan, you're talking about you're trying to get on city council and you're talking about people
Right.
aren't involved. How would you personally inspire people to get involved?
Before you go there, and I do want to hear what you have to say, Alan. Let's just start down this road. What's going on right now? We have a runoff for place 1, city
Yeah.
council. Okay, early voting is taking place right
Right
When I say right now, it's closed for the day, but you still have time to vote. This episode will be available Friday morning, and you will have
Tonight.
Ooh.
by Friday morning, you will have tomorrow, June 2nd, 8 to 8. So it's 8 a.m. to 8
No.
p.m.
Hold on, just hold up this
It
picture.
is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Hold on,
What am I
hold on.
looking at
He's holding up a picture.
Oh, it does say 5. See, I really need to get glasses.
Oh,
I
you're
am
good.
old.
I'm
old.
just helping you out.
Thank you. So 8 to 5 tomorrow on Friday. The 3rd is 8 to 4 on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You have Monday and Tuesday, still early voting, Monday and Tuesday. That's 7 to 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're somebody who doesn't get off work or maybe works on Saturdays also, your sweet spot there is the 5th and 6th is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that's, of course, at the conference center for most people. Some people can go to the election office in Waxahachie and Grace
Yeah.
Covenant in Red Oak. But pretty much everybody goes to the conference center, and then
Election day.
Election Day is actually the 10th, and that is 7 to 7.
Yep.
So Saturday, June 10th. That's Election Day. That's your last chance to vote. So we have a runoff. Early voting is happening right now.
Yes, you need to go vote
election days-
again.
Yes.
You may have voted
yes.
before.
If you voted before and you saw all those other city council places and bonds and school board and
Yeah.
everything on the ballot, you
Those
need to
will
go
be
vote
gone.
again.
Yeah.
That was the first one. Now we're in a runoff.
Yeah.
for
And
place
if you
one.
didn't, let's get this real clear.
You can still vote.
You can vote even if you
Yes.
didn't vote before.
Great
correct.
call
You
out.
just have to be registered as of 1 month prior to when early
Just the
voting
the
started, which
usual
was what day did it start?
eligibility stuff.
It was
But people still don't know what that is.
2 days ago.
it was so
What's the day?
I can't remember when early voting started off the top of my head, but I do know that if you showed up to vote and you weren't registered, because I had several people that talked to me about this, and you registered during
Normal
the last
voting,
election,
yes.
you are eligible based on the timeline to
right.
vote this time.
Yeah, you have to be registered 30 days before the start
Right.
of early voting, I believe, is what it is,
Right.
or the
So I've
start
had
of actual
several
voting
people-
day.
And you know what? Even if you're not sure, go down there
And they'll help you out.
Get a provisional ballot if nothing else. Okay, they can determine your eligibility
Yeah.
later. Get that vote in, and you know what? If you're not eligible to vote this time, it's good practice.
Yeah, it-
So
Practice makes perfect, and I try
Yeah.
to tell people that all the time. I understand that some people don't have a lot of practice voting, but you know what? Takes 30 seconds. Get down there, do it. You will only be eligible to vote if you are a citizen inside the city limits. So that means that our usual host, Rob,
no voting.
can't do
No,
that
no.
here. But as long as you pay city taxes, you are eligible to vote because it's what do I like to say, Tim?
Oh,
Taxation
without
representation. So
And you get Facebook content because you can post your "I voted" sticker.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Who
absolutely.
doesn't-
You can
who
be an
doesn't love
influencer.
to-
Come
yes,
on, guys.
yes, to post
Be an
the
influencer.
I voted picture.
So
yeah.
now that Tim tried to derail you a little
Yeah.
bit, let's circle
What did we
back.
go
So
back
now we know who we're
Circle
talking
back
to. We're
to-
talking to candidate Alan,
I
not,
had-
not
Candidate.
Midlothian basketball.
No,
I
Association.
introduced
just-
him as
I'm
candidate.
just Alan. There's no
I totally
candidate.
introduced
just
you as
me.
candidate, and so
I'm just a.
how would you inspire citizens of Midlothian to get involved in city government?
How would I inspire them?
Yes,
I would ask them to come vote. I mean,
It starts with
I don't-
that.
it starts with voting.
I don't think-
Sometimes it starts with voting.
I mean, what I typically do when I'm out communicating with people, just hanging out with, whether it's people in the basketball league, people, just out and about, if I'm with my wife on a day, we're out with some friends, and people start talking about something going on in the community, whether it's, something with sports, because I'm obviously involved in youth sports at a pretty, at a pretty involved level, whether it's something like that, something with parks, something with, even their taxes going up. People talk. If you just get out in the community and if you're involved and you're just out there talking to people are going to be sharing what they think about what's going on in the city, whether that's with parks, with the school district, with their taxes. That's going to come up. And I think the initial step is just making sure people understand, hey, you realize like you can impact what you're talking about right now. For example, I'll give one example that comes to mind: the tax rate. Everybody, when appraisals came out, was talking about my taxes are this high, I'm upset about this, that, and the third, which obviously we know that's a complex conversation because it involves many parties related to
and
that.
nobody really seems to understand it. Honestly.
And nobody understands it. But
Well, Chris Dick understands it, but it takes like 2 hours to explain
He's
it.
a financial genius.
But all that being said, even if it's taxes and you have an opinion about the taxes you're paying, most people don't understand that they can go to a budget workshop when City Hall is, or when the City Council is going through the budget. And typically, I know Tiffany's been there a whole lot. Everybody at this table has probably been there before. When you're sitting there at that workshop, typically there's maybe 3 to 5 people from the public, and there's City
You're
Council
being very
and city
generous.
staff.
You're being very
Like
generous.
maybe that. Like there's a couple of people. So literally, you can ask questions. Like especially in the in between times, like you can ask questions. You can give input. You can sign up to speak if you'd like. You can get involved and you can talk to every person making that decision, and most people don't realize that that's available.
Right.
Or even if they do, they may not understand how accessible it is. If there's something,
That's a great point.
There,
Yeah. Oh, it's legally required to be
Yes.
accessible. It's not even just like
Well-
we'll allow you in.
Right, and I don't think people understand. There's so few people. Like if you go to the next city council meeting, I haven't seen the agenda, or I don't think it's posted till tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I think next Tuesday there'll be a city council meeting. If you go out there, if you just pick something on the agenda and you're like, I have an opinion on this money that's being spent, and you just want to get up there and give up to 3 minutes
3
or 2
minutes.
minutes, 3
Yep.
minutes of your opinion on that. I don't think people understand they may be the only person that speaks to the entire council.
Yes.
And it's a very, when you're the only one with a voice, your voice is
It's
very
way
loud.
loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if
Oh,
you
yeah.
come there and you say, I think you should do this because of this, or I think you shouldn't do this because of this, and you're the only person who spoke, well, you're the only voice that they heard other than themselves.
Right. There are
and so-
to your point, and that's a great point, and people should really think about that. There have been very few things that I've seen where more than 0 people show up.
Right.
0 people show up to speak about most things on the agenda. Now,
Yeah.
more than 0 show up to complain after the fact, but
Yes.
if there is somebody speaking on something, it's generally one person, and you're right, that's an amplifier right there. There are the occasional things where you'll get a community of people, whether it's a neighborhood or people who share a certain perspective on something. You will get the occasion, maybe once or I don't even want to say twice a year, but at least once a year there'll be something when there'll be a dozen people show up, or 24 people. But even then, there's still seats available in the in the dais room. Yeah,
well, and one thing that I really like to personally do is when a vote doesn't go my way, whether it be from the dais or on the ballot, I like to follow up and follow that process through.
Apple Lane antenna.
I don't know about that. There's no process for me to follow through on that one. But I like to follow that process through and not complain about how it's not going right or how it would be different if they had voted my way, but give my opinion then, free of charge, to help shape it into something that it would be more palatable for me. It may not have been something that was my idea. It may not have been something I liked. Kroger is one of those. You're welcome for having a Joanne, because that was where I went. I was vocal against Kroger and sat down and was like, hey, Mr. Developer, Mr. John Weber the third, I'd really like a Joanne. And he looked at me funny, but hey, look, we got a Joanne.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy about that.
And I'm on Alan's my neighbor. He lives 2 houses down from me.
Literally.
And and what I'm going to say is the proof's in the pudding. When you have somebody that brings back youth basketball and gets people involved through coaching, he gets students involved through working with the league. He got our community back involved with having adult sports, which is something that we've been sorely missing around here.
Yeah.
We've had an exterior basketball league, 3-on-3.
Tater has been dying to get back on the basketball court.
Yes. Okay. When I was in the hospital, Casey Chester told me, he goes, "What are you doing in a wheelchair downstairs?" I said, "I'm waiting for a truck to drive by with a tow rope." So I get to the game. But but if you see people out there, it's taking that moment to say, okay, let's get people back involved. Let's get these kids involved. Let's get the parents involved. And that's one great thing about what they've done with NBL is actually try to get the entire community involved with it.
Yeah.
And I think that says a lot about who he is and what he's about.
Yeah.
Well, and being involved doesn't mean you have to put out. I mean, you have to give of yourself a little bit, but doesn't mean you can't have fun.
No.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I mean, the league's incredible. I mean, anybody who's ever been to a game, even if you don't have, I tell people this all the time in the community, specifically with the basketball league, even if you don't have any kids or grandkids that are playing, just come out one Saturday for an hour.
Yeah.
Come out
a
one
concession
Saturday.
stand? Because I'm
Yeah,
all about
we
the
do.
snack
Yes.
bar.
They
Yeah.
have
They
a
do.
concession
We
stand.
got
They got
concessions.
nachos and
We got a
Gatorade,
big
yeah.
pro shop, with
The
merch.
concession
We've got-
stand was the home of Fred's watch for 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But I mean, it's a fun environment. You come out, you can volunteer for the halftime contest. Go out there
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and do a
yeah.
halftime contest for a prize. Like you can have a good time, and everybody's there. It's awesome. This Saturday is opening weekend for the basketball league for the summer season, and we're going to be running games all day from I think it's 9:30 till about 8:30 at night at Dietrich and Walnut Grove at 4 gyms all day. And it's going to be a fun time. I mean, there's going to be anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 residents, spectators that come out, which is typically parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, but also friends and, extended family that come out to see these kids. And we try to make it where it's a community event. People have fun. I mean, you guys have been there. I mean, I think all you guys have been there. So whenever you come out, we want you to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's not by accident. It's very, very intentional, and it's the reason that the league has grown. I mean, it's the largest recreational basketball league in the entire DFW.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, that's a
Tater
pretty cool-
routinely calls the games.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yes.
Or
When they let
sometimes-
me.
Okay.
No,
Well,
very,
Well,
very
Tiffany's,
regular.
Tiffany's kids are in the league.
They've
or
been
have,
in the-
have
yeah,
been.
they
They're in
have,
and out of
yeah.
the league. Yeah.
Yeah, in and out.
And of course, I've been there as a spectator
Yeah, I've
watching
seen you
Tiffany's
around.
kids.
And
yeah.
I will
you-
say, as a graphics nerd, spot on. I know that you're a rec league. You got some spot on graphics going on.
Yeah, we
because,
got a good guy who runs it.
Yeah, I mean, because
Not me.
a lot of
Is that
times,
Riley?
No, it's
Okay.
it's a guy named Corey Lucas that he's.
but
an
a lot
awesome
of times these
dude.
rec leagues, they draw it on a piece of paper and this is it. I'm gonna hold my piece of paper that I
Yeah.
drew with pencil, and you're like,
so
bro, it looks like you drew it with your foot.
Everything about the Midlothian Basketball Association comes off as very professional, much bigger than it really is, even, right? I mean, it looks like it could be part of the
Yeah.
NBA,
Yeah.
even though it's like 10-year-olds, playing.
Yeah,
or
we had
whatever,
some
right?
like
That's the
cool
idea.
like player photos this year. Those
Yeah.
were awesome. Also,
But
big fan.
That guy who started the NBA, the Midlothian Basketball Association, that guy,
That guy.
Alan,
That guy?
sitting over there. Not only it wasn't just, hey, we're going to get some kids together to go out in my court in the backyard.
Yeah.
He's worked with the city. He's worked with the school district, getting access to the gyms and all the facilities and everything involved with the logistics to pull this off.
Team building, fundraising,
Yes.
A lot of fundraising.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is
And-
that
and
thing
where do-
called?
where do the-
Community integration.
That's not the one.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, I'm talking about when they take two and they dock. No, they take two. They take two government entities. School district does it all the time.
For those that only listen to this show and don't
Yes.
watch it, you're really not missing anything. That's all I'm going to say.
No,
I know what you're talking about.
Intergovernmental
Yeah, where they're working
agreements or
together.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, the word.
I thought we were playing gestures.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Hang on.
Right.
Two words docked together.
Okay. But, and I know Alan good enough, but Alan, everybody knows him from the NBL, but he was also in the mile. Him and Riley came up
Oh,
one
yeah.
year
Oh
and
yeah,
did
your
the
mentors.
incubator,
Yeah.
and he does the CTE board as well. And so, he's woven himself into the fabric of the community through doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun, I mean, that's the thing. I've told everybody, like, whenever I decided to run for this place, it's like, obviously, I'm very committed to winning an election. Like, I mean, you guys that know me, like, you
Run
guys
till
You
you
are
lose
definitely
or to win, man.
sacrificing.
I'm putting in the effort, and I'm very committed to winning this race. In the event that I was unsuccessful at the end of the race, like, I'm very I'm having a blast serving the community.
Well, and
in all these areas.
you've shown
Like, it's
how
fun.
committed you are, and we already know, like, you have run before. Okay, as a matter of
Yes.
fact, you ran
Yeah.
against Tiffany.
Yes.
Okay?
100%.
And both of you did not win.
She's just
and
a
here
dirty
you are,
liberal.
still.
No,
still
dang.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I know, but
I never said
how
that.
dare you break bread with me?
Oh, wow.
you're
No, I'm
now
sorry.
you're
But
now
no, you're
sullied.
I love that we can joke about this because you guys
Yeah.
ran against each other for city council, and
Right.
And
here
yet
we are.
you address her as Tiffany and not your opponent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We've
Imagine
eaten
how we
fruit
evolved.
together.
Imagine how we evolved.
We've texted
We
each
were
other.
friends
But here we are
during the
years,
campaign.
Yes, absolutely.
Like we disagreed on, like, especially back then during that time there was a lot of contentious issues that we had
Oh, yeah.
disagreements on, but it wasn't like
We were never like
it wasn't
just
like hostile
It wasn't
ever
personal.
at any point. Like we
Never.
met many times throughout that long campaign season. I think it was like 10 months.
I mean, during
Oh my
early
God,
voting,
10
like
years.
every day at
Felt
the
like
polls,
40 years in
you
the
could
desert.
you could find you guys and one other guy
Yeah.
just standing there talking about all the city
Guy
stuff.
with a sign.
Guy with a sign. Yes.
yeah.
Exactly. Well, so yeah, the precedent has been set that you can run for city council, not be elected, but you are still involved with the community.
Still affecting change.
You know, and you did not, you didn't let that slow you down. You didn't.
And I
hold-
want to.
you know,
I have a question real quick, and I'm going to bring this around because it's not. I want to point out how it's a strength for you. How long have you lived in this city?
I've lived in this city 5 years. I think slightly over 5 years.
let's just call it 5 years.
Yeah,
So
I know
the
where
point
you're going with
the
this.
point I'm getting at is in less than 5 years. So we ran in 2020. So in
Correct.
3 years, you have found a way to start a basketball league. You found a way to mentor kids at the school district. You found a way to volunteer on the 4B board, right?
Yep.
The community development board. You found a way to run the third campaign now.
Technically, yes.
Technically, yeah, no, there's no technically. And
yeah.
the point is that even if you just moved here, you can still affect change, and the length of time that you've lived here
Yeah.
should not be a resume point.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I can understand to an extent, if somebody moved here and right when they're eligible 6 months after moving here, they want to run. Like, I can understand why somebody would say, I don't know if I want to live, vote for somebody that's been here the minimum eligibility time, but I think you've got to look at more to what Tiffany's saying. You've got to look at more than that. And when somebody's been here and they've gotten engaged in the community, whether it's my election obviously is what it speaks to, but even future past elections, when somebody's running that's involved and serving and is engaged in the community and has some good ideas, which I personally think I've got some pretty good
your
ones.
ideas.
I like my ideas. It's like we've got to be open to the fact that okay, these people can contribute.
Yeah.
And especially when they've got roots.
With no regard to what he voted for or what you thought at the time. You guys all remember Joe Frizzell, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Previous city council member. I don't remember what place he was, but he
was Clark's place.
Place 4?
I feel like yes,
okay.
because he stepped down and Clark took over.
Okay, all right. I think you're right. But he had formerly lived in Grand Prairie. That's where his family was originally from, and I knew his son. His son is a Grand Prairie police officer, which is how I knew him. He moved to Midlothian, and a year after he moved here, he was elected to city council.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
then he was I want to say he had 4 terms after he was elected. It may have been 3. He had 3 or 4 terms.
He was up there a long time. That's all I remember.
Yeah, and so he was here a year, and then he served the city for 9 to 12 years. Yeah. So
that's a great example. I didn't realize that.
But I want to point my point here is twofold. One, that the resume point, but 2, if you're a new citizen, a new resident here, you shouldn't be afraid to plug in. I mean, not everybody's gonna blow it out of the water like Alan here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we're overachieving a little bit.
He is a little bit of an overachiever.
However, my point is that there's accessibility there to plug in and really make a mark and shape the city into what you want it to be. So I hear a lot of people saying, well, I'm new here, I don't know how to get involved, I don't know, whatever. There's a way to do it, and you just got to find the right person. Just show up on the second and fifth or second and fourth Tuesday of every month at City Hall.
Pro tip: if you want to get involved and you don't know how, reach out to the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
That's
show
a good point.
at cementcitychatter.com.
Or slide up
our
on Tim's
Facebook
DM.
page. Yeah, or you know what? If you're on Facebook and you're in Midlothian Talk, just post and call out Tiffany or me and just say, hey, I want to get involved in the city, and we will get you hooked up.
Oh yeah, I will take you on a tour. I will show up next to you and bring the snacks.
All
We
right.
will get
There'll
it
be
done.
There'll be non-dairy snacks.
Did you say snacks?
Snacks,
Oh,
yes.
snacks. I'm there.
Oh, did you
We're
know
having
that one
snacks.
time I brought one time
Potatoes?
Sean was at work and I had to bring I didn't want to miss the meeting. I don't even remember what it was, and I was I brought a blanket to spread out on the floor.
Yeah.
because my daughter was an infant but big enough that she didn't want to stay around, so I brought a whole mat of toys, and she just crawled on the
risk
floor.
of saying too many nice things about Tiffany, she is absolutely committed to this city.
Yes.
Yes, she ran for city council in the past.
Hey, she had me at snacks.
right.
I know how to keep people's attention.
She was key in getting the city to start recording and broadcasting the meetings.
Yes.
That didn't happen until she started pushing for the issue, and a former mayor was dead set against it. But
100% he was.
Yeah. Tiffany bought her own streaming camera, seriously, a purpose-made streaming camera, and borrowed somebody's hotspot and went and sat in because they wouldn't let her use the Wi-Fi at
No,
the,
let's they would let me use the
They would?
Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
It just wasn't
It
great.
wasn't okay. All right. So my apologies.
I want to make
quality
sure
was
that's
not
real
Tiffany-esque.
clear.
She basically was like, "Okay, you won't broadcast it, I will." So
Yeah.
she went.
Oh yeah,
and
I did
sat
do the
in
hold my beer
chambers.
thing.
Yeah.
I was a little pissed.
Yeah, she sat in chambers every meeting and broadcast the entire dang thing and
was
posted
this
it on YouTube.
2018, 19?
It was because there's part of if you go to the
18 or
Future of
19,
Midlothian's YouTube page, or YouTube channel. I'm talking like I'm a boomer here. If you go to their YouTube channel, I think it was 2018.
Okay.
Well, It was
sounds
the year
right.
that Art got elected because I posted the
Yeah.
budget process.
It may be 2019.
2019 wouldn't have been it because then that would have been 1 year or would have been 2 years left in his thing.
Yeah,
let's say
it is what it
2018.
is.
Let's
Yeah.
say 2018. But there's part of the budget process.
It's 2018.
Up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to start doing KMB
Our fact checker is on
Okay.
the ball tonight.
I
Shout out to Ashley. Yay, Ashley!
I was taking the credit for that.
Oh well.
Okay.
We'll give you the
John
credit for reading
is going
Ashley's
by
notes.
Ashley now. Yes, no, I'll be happy to do any kind
Yeah.
of social media stuff for KMB. Keep Midlothian beautiful.
Yes.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Before random announcement.
Random
What do,
announcement.
Random.
what do we got going Saturday morning?
Don't we have the fly-in breakfast?
We
Yes.
do. It's the fly-in breakfast benefiting. It's a
Oh,
kids
it's a
charity.
Yeah.
Different. It's a different troop. I just don't
Oh,
remember
that's
who
right.
it
It's
is.
the Boy Scout troops out of
It's-
Waxahachie.
Yeah.
Pancakes.
But the Midway Airport, if you live in Midlothian, you should really know where that is. But the Midway Airport is hosting their annual fly-in, drive-in pancake breakfast.
Yep.
Let's be fair. The Midway Airport is on the outskirts of town, and there's only a sign.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, it doesn't mean people would necessarily know where it is.
If you can't find it, just look up Hertz Rent a Car.
Yeah. Right.
You can get there.
I've only been there once.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only been there once, and it's because I rented a room.
No, but the old planes and everything else up there that they have are just amazing.
It's not just a breakfast.
No.
It is
Yeah.
a car and airplane show.
Oh, I did know that. I did know
You
that.
can get airplane rides.
Yep.
Your kids can sit in, cool
really cool.
cars and airplanes and whatever. So bring the whole family up there. It is
helicopter rides.
this Saturday, June 3rd. Yes.
Helicopter,
8 a.m. to
helicopter,
11
helicopter.
a.m. 8 to 11 a.m.
I'm too heavy. Okay?
They've got classic airplanes, helicopter rides.
I got Tater on
my
that one. It's
lift,
good.
my lift element is held up.
The Commemorative Air Force is going to be there with their historic
Yep.
planes. There's going to be flyovers. Let's see. There will be a couple car clubs there, live music. The trackless train will be there for your kids.
Yes.
And John. John likes the trackless train.
I like the trains.
You can take your snack on the train.
I get
Bounce
snacks
house.
on the trains.
Yeah, there'll be bounce
Wow.
house, face painting, all sorts of stuff. So bring the whole family.
time.
8 to 11 this Saturday.
And
Awesome.
since we're going to talk about KMB for a second, don't forget
Talk
La La
Yep.
the Crocodile movie in the park.
In the park.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So 4B or not 4B. I'm sorry. The Keep Midlothian Beautiful is a subcommittee
Committee
of the
Parks.
Parks Board. As y'all will remember, we had our friend Pat
Yep.
Yep.
on here last episode.
It was the 18th.
And he talked a lot about that, but he didn't talk about the movies in the parks because we kept
Yeah.
him on topic with the music.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's Pat's favorite thing to talk
I
about.
know.
Okay.
You have to
So-
keep Pat focused.
We do.
Yes.
Okay, so take it away, Tater. What's up with this La La Crocodile?
La La Crocodile is going to be at the community park, brand new community park, and Alan and his group with the 4B really did a great job and helped fund that. Go out to the amphitheater. That's where we're going to do movie in the park from now on.
Is that the Art Perard?
Yes, our Perard Amphitheater.
One for our homies.
One for
Yes.
Art.
And it's a great venue. Spread out on blankets, hang out, watch a great movie. There's 3 of them already scheduled. There's 3 concerts already scheduled.
Oh, we've talked
And-
about the concerts.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but what I'm
At
saying
length.
is pretty much within the city, there's almost a free event every week.
And that's what I always talk
incredible.
That you
about.
can take
That is
advantage of.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like that. So I talk with my
That's awesome.
my friends in Arlington, and I'm always
Yeah.
like, there's during the summer we're like, I can't go. I'm going to this in the city. I can't go. I'm doing this. Let's do it a different weekend because there's something else. And she's always talking about, yeah, man, Midlothian does so much for y'all. And I think that people really just kind of tune that part out. But it's why I say that we're like Stars Hollow. Because there's always something to do, and everybody knows your name, and
Yeah.
we have Footloose in the street, although it's not in the street this year.
Well, we're 4 events through the Parks Department away from having 52, 1 per week
Oh, hey.
for the entire year. And that's just parks, not
So it sounds like
counting
that's a challenge?
chamber. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I want 4 more. But no, I mean, between that and chamber events and everything else, there's pretty much, if you want to have a fun time with your family,
Yeah.
you can do something almost every weekend now.
For the fun price of just
Yeah.
your tax dollars.
Exactly.
It's included in your taxes.
Yes.
That's why your
And,
taxes are so high.
No, they're not.
No,
Not
no.
like no.
Yeah, but the people complain about the taxes.
The
yes.
fact checker will back me up on
Yes.
this. Our tax rate, both for the city and the school, is the lowest rate
Yes.
of any city touching us.
Ooh, okay, city. Yes, I'm not sure about school
The
district.
school is the lowest.
Lowest.
Why is everybody complaining about
because
the tax?
people don't
Yeah, they don't
understand the
Because you're-
tax
Say no to
system.
taxes.
They see taxes go up a little bit, and
Oh, hold
Okay,
on. Here
well,
we
I
go.
mean, you got to pay to play, right?
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Oh no, it's just the.
Okay.
It's just the schedule.
But no, keep Midlothian beautiful, of course, is to keep Midlothian beautiful. We got some stuff coming up at the next Parks Board meeting talking about businesses and having a business storefront and or yard
I love this
of the
idea.
month.
Oh, sweet.
Okay,
Awesome.
that way
Yep.
businesses can get involved. And that way we keep the streets that everybody sees every day
Yeah.
looking great. And we're going to put that before the board to vote on and go from there. We're talking about the parade, and we're trying to get the KMB group to, I talked to the guys over at our trash pickup service, Waste Management Services, and they're willing to do a float with us this year. We got to get it approved by the board.
oh
Sweet.
yeah,
But
that's what you were telling me about.
to pick
I
up
love
trash
this.
after the parade.
Yeah,
that float.
we've talked about
We've
that,
talked
having a
about
big
that.
dumpster, like just pulling the dumpster. Throw
And you
your
know,
stuff in,
with the
guys.
board, that committee's really just trying to get together and say, okay, how can we take things to another level? Like Tiffany brought up community garden. We've discussed that before, but you know, how do we make sure that people understand how to do recycling, how to do water barrels, how to do potato towers?
Yeah, and
Things
I mean,
that are easy to do.
keep Midlothian beautiful is
Yeah.
not just about picking up trash, and that's what everybody gets
Yeah.
hung up on. That it's just about picking up. Conservation is what are there's 3 pillars, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember them off the top of your head? Because I always miss out.
Conservation, community, and
Is it 3 C's?
yeah, it's 3 C's.
Yeah,
All the good stuff is.
And I think it's clarity.
alliterated.
I think so. I can't
Okay.
remember what it is, but I know there's some Boy
Off the top
Scouts that
of
are
my head.
always looking for conservation
Speak-
hours.
Speaking of conservation, guess what happened today? Today is the first
day of water restrictions.
water. Yes.
They're not water restrictions. I think that it's a
water
voluntary.
conservation. No, it's water
Voluntary.
conservation requirements.
Oh, let's
and-
read. It
So-
says conservation in. I'm going to read. Oh,
It's
that's
June
a lot.
1st. It's June 1st
Mandated.
through September 30th, and basically it affects when you can have your sprinklers going
Yes.
off is the biggest thing. So
It's an ongoing effort.
you can check out the
Well, it's annual,
the
so-
city's Facebook page.
I'll just tell
has
you
all
right
the
now.
details on there. They posted it about 5 hours ago. That's City of Midlothian, Texas City Hall Government is the name of their
I'll
page.
just tell you right now. It says continuing through September 30th, except for hand watering or the use of
Yeah.
drip or subsurface irrigation or properly working soaker hoses, Midlothian residents and businesses are required to refrain from irrigating their lawns and landscape with hose-in sprinklers and or automatic sprinklers between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Yes.
Right. Don't water your stuff during the day.
It
Well,
burns your lawn anyways. I don't know why people
That's
would.
what all that said.
And I'm going to tag on to that because the kids in the engineering group at the high school through the ISD
At the Mile?
have come up with a filtration system
Ooh.
for water that is actually going to get white papered.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Super
and,
cool.
And it's really neat. And if you know, when we talk about, you know, well, how can you impact your community? Look at what the kids at Franks Hill Middle School did in developing through problem solvers years ago, Manna House. You know, and that's, you can get involved any way you want to, but you know, some of us go a little bit overboard. But you know, it's the same people most of the time. Alan's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Tater.
Same
No,
5 faces.
But no, I mean, the thing of it is, though, is keep Midlothian beautiful, like Tiffany said, is not just about picking up trash. It's about doing the right things around the community, making it look nice, and just being, you know, kind to each other. You know, say hi to somebody. You don't know when somebody, to me, you know, you don't know when somebody needs somebody just to say hello to them.
Yeah, just need a smile.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, let somebody older go in front of you at Walmart when you're in line that has 3 items while you got 75.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the entire process of keeping Midlothian beautiful and keep Midlothian Midlothian.
Yeah. I
Love it.
Yeah, the city Facebook page, somebody is already on there trash talking the city about water conservation. Like, okay, guys, come on.
Like, it's a lawn.
It's
Yeah.
You know what?
Texas.
What if I
Like,
said-
I'm sorry, is somebody surprised that water isn't the most plentiful thing during the summer in Texas when it's like 110 degrees and, like we're piping our water in from outside the city. I mean, come on.
Well, okay. So my favorite, one of my favorite things was the biggest example of government mind control is to make you rip up native plants, put down fake plants, and tell you that they're prettier. And talking about lawns specifically, because grass doesn't grow the way that we want it to grow, and you've got to put all this money into it. And no way.
But
if I could afford
having
it,
nice grass, but having nice grass in your yard is really enjoyable.
I would prefer to have clover. That's a keep Midlothian beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. Zero scaping. Okay.
Yeah, well, clover is actually a traditional lawn.
Yeah.
Not in America. It's a traditional lawn, though, and it's softer.
Well, we're
it's
in
more
America,
beef.
so.
Yeah. Well.
It's more bee friendly. It's no longer a traditional lawn in America. That's what I just said. Thank you.
It's bee friendly too, right?
It's bee friendly.
Yeah.
Protect the bees.
Well,
And we do have a problem with bees now.
Wait, what?
The shortage
There's a
of bees.
shortage of bees.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That's why we planted Vitex, because it's the bee bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't go over in Waxahachie next to Burleson is all I'm going to say, unless you got a high-power jig pen.
Oh, right.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
we don't need
there's plenty of bees
no
down there.
EpiPens.
But no, the Bad Guys is the next one. The movie on July 15th, August 5th is going to be Minions.
Oh, I love Minions.
I
love.
Of course he does.
Banana.
But we want to thank the MCDC for helping provide all this stuff, and I think one of the funnest ones. I can't remember if you were there, Tim, or not, but last year we did for Christmas. It was the Polar Express.
I didn't.
And if you didn't get to see Casey Cheshire come out there dressed as the conductor, giving out golden tickets. Oh, he had golden tickets.
Did he like do the?
Yes. Okay.
Shout out to Casey. For those who don't know who Casey is,
He's awesome.
He's the public relations officer for Methodist Hospital,
President of the Lions Club.
And President of the Lions
I'm sorry,
Club. He is
you mean
heavily involved.
Lion Casey.
Yes, Lion Casey.
He is heavily involved in the community.
Yes.
Gives so much of his time, and he coordinates so many things with the hospital. The hospital. I mean, if you go to any of these things that the city does, you'll see somewhere that the hospital is paid for some portion of it.
Yes.
That hospital really invests in our community, and a lot of that is due to and coordinated through Casey. Casey's a real friend of ours, and we appreciate you, Casey.
And he helped, 32 different kids from the HOSA department, Health and Occupational Services, get their certifications in phlebotomy. There were 3 EMTs this year. There are 4 kids that came directly out of Midlothian ISD that are now working in trauma wards as nurses.
Nice.
Right after high school. And a lot of that is due to the fact that Casey and the staff over there do a great job of getting those kids in to teach. They were sawing cow bones one day, sewing and stuff. And Casey went out and got cow femurs from a butcher shop so they could do it. It's just pretty neat. But, find out what the ties are in the community to something that you love and just jump in.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the graduation at the Mile for the LEAP kids that need to have alternative education to get their high school diploma. And there was a girl there that was 20 years old and had a 3-year-old daughter, and she was getting her high school diploma. I mean,
so cool.
How cool is that?
Yeah. I love the Mile. You already know one of my kids is over there in the culinary, and I don't think he wants to do that. He's talking about like as a future career, but he sure enjoys cooking and that sort of thing. He's talking about becoming an engineer at this point.
Hey.
But the Mile also has. I told him, by the way, the Mile has an engineering program.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Let's back up. I know that I know that everybody here knows what the Mile is, but at least half of this table are homeschoolers. So let's discuss what the.
I never knew about the Mile until you told me you ate there all the time. I said, "Well, where's my invite?" And I didn't know about it.
The Mile. Oh, you can't eat there. I have never eaten there.
Okay, it's great.
It's limited hours, but we'll talk about that. So real quick, Tater, because I know you are heavily. Are you on the board of the Mile?
I'm on the CT board. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So is Alan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have 2
Tater's
perfect people here. We have 2 perfect people here to tell us a little bit about the Mile. So why don't you tell us about the Mile, and then we'll save the Scratch Cafe for the end.
Okay. So you got the incubator, which is an entrepreneurship program the kids at the end of the year, by the time the end of the year comes, they have a mentor that teaches them about business, about, how to get your ROI, everything. Actually, my employer went to the final pitch night and came back to me and said, we're changing our business model based on what these kids are doing. They're more in tune with the business world right now than what we are. So
Right.
let's change it up. We've had, 4 LLCs from
Nice.
kids under 18 that have started their businesses. Out of that, prize
that's
money was
amazing.
given.
And Tiffany, your
Yeah.
friend your friend's the Storms. He is Mr. Storm is a patent lawyer, as you know, and
did know that.
he's now working with one of the teams
Yes.
from a previous year to get their product patented and on their way to market.
Yes.
I mean, I knew he was an IP lawyer. He's not. He's an IP lawyer.
Okay.
He's not a patent lawyer. That's
So,
a little bit more involved.
Well, and so I got to I was invited to be a judge
Yes.
in the entrepreneurial program, and the easiest way to describe what it was basically Shark Tank.
Yes.
And so teams of the students, of the kids, went and they have a product that they came up with, and they present it to the judges, and the judges decide who gets to go on to the next round. And at the end, there's $10,000 of real money,
Yeah.
seed money for these ideas.
Wait, and hold on. I'm backing up to Mr. Storm. Did he just recently get involved from when I tagged him?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
That's why I
You're
asked
creating community involvement. It's all about Tiffany.
Okay.
Okay.
No, that's not what I meant. I just meant like.
No. But
I'm not.
that's,
This is the Tiffany show.
Actually, this
exactly.
is the Ashley show. This
Oh,
was,
okay.
This was Ashley's doing that Mr. Storm is involved.
I definitely
Okay.
tagged her or somebody, and then asked for like, hey, like I don't have his contact.
Okay, we'll give all the
info.
credit to
the
you.
power
Moving
of
on.
social media.
That's not even what I was just saying. I wasn't even like trying to get the props. I was just like, yes, he got involved now and
but
not
we're
before.
giving you some props, okay?
Well, I don't know if they were.
If you gave us potatoes, we'd give you a lot more props.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
So-
you need to talk to the man over
Yes.
there. The Irish man knows about
So
potatoes.
what programs are at the mile?
So you got cybersecurity, engineering, aeronautics. You got the LEAP program.
Oh, I
at the
didn't know about the aeronautics.
Yes,
Okay.
aeronautics is in there. You got the culinary. And the thing of it is that doesn't just. You have your campuses that have the host program, FFA, and so much more of the CTE programs, but you're looking out of the mile. I think it was something to the tune of 18 certifications this year for kids.
Wow.
That were going into business certifications.
Yeah, some people know
Yeah.
that I work in the IT
Yes.
and cybersecurity industry, and Nathan Pettijohn, who is the cybersecurity instructor, when I was up there for the for the Shark Tank, so
Yeah.
to speak, we connected, and so there wasn't enough time left in the year, but hopefully I'll get to go speak to those students next year.
One, most people don't know there's a Shark Tank for engineering.
Wow.
Okay, there was one group that redesigned a cupcake holder. I know that sounds silly, but Tiffany, you'll love this. Okay, the cupcake holder was 100% biodegradable.
Ooh, that's cool.
Okay, and it was in honeycomb shape,
Okay.
and they dropped it from 14 foot,
Ooh,
and none of the icing got on the sides.
No.
that's
Yes.
super cool. Actually, that's super
Okay,
cool.
so I knew Tiffany would love that.
I
So,
mean, it's like that's some cool engineering.
Yeah.
Like, for amazing
She likes
stuff.
dairy-free cupcakes.
Yes.
So,
I do. There's nothing wrong with dairy free. In fact, we've had numerous people tell us that they were better than ones that had the leaded dairy in it.
okay.
Well, you
Yeah.
haven't had our cupcakes, so you can just shove it.
Well, I think you should make me one then.
It
like
wouldn't be
snacks.
me. You've got the wrong Kara.
John always pipes up when the food comes up.
Ashley's definitely the best.
I did leave one program out at the mall.
I said you got the wrong Kara, not the wrong Robbins.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I did leave one program out, which just started this year. There were 4 students that came to Demi Pratt, who does the incubator, and said, "We know you can teach us something. What can you teach us?" And she started an HR program.
Oh, that's super cool
Okay.
because I
That's
know
very
HR people that don't know
Yes.
HR.
Yes. And believe it or not, it was 4 starting offensive linemen from MHS.
Okay.
Whatever.
And
They gotta have
came over to
something
my
to do.
yeah, but they came over to my facility and we went through FCRAs and everything else with them, and that was just a lot of fun because now, what are they going to do in their career? I mean, do it in high school. It's the only time it'll only cost you a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I was going to mention,
Yeah.
I may have missed you mentioning it, but did you mention even the and I'm drawing a blank on the term for it, but the flower the flowers and the what's the
Yes, Miss
Botany
Flory.
or whatever.
Miss Flory does a horticulture class.
that's actually part of the CTE program
Yes.
as a whole. So it's just
And it's flower
Oh, that was
design,
unique.
okay?
Oh, I get
and they
it.
actually get an art credit for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool.
Well, the kids in our ISD have a lot of opportunity. I'm hoping that we get to see an actual CTE school in the next bond, one that does plumbing and electrician and like auto mechanic
And
program.
All those licensed
That's
things
the purpose of getting a CTE building in town is right now, if you were to do that, you have to go to TSTC or something like that.
Right.
Those certifications, though, you know, everybody knows the numbers.
Yeah,
In 20 years, we're probably not going to have any plumbers.
yeah.
Okay? You probably make $300 an hour as a plumber. But
Do they not make that now? I'm just
no,
wondering.
they don't. Not necessarily.
I don't
But-
know. The bill says something
Yeah.
different.
Honey, write the check, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but no, I mean, it's just how these kids are doing things and what these educators are doing is totally amazing. But you could go up to the mile and volunteer. You know, Mentors Care is actually a part of the mile
Oh, cool.
Is it?
through the
Okay.
LEAP program.
Yeah. Oh, neat.
Okay, so like this year, I think there was 22 kids graduate through LEAP that were needing mentors. Okay, I mentor through Mentors Care up at the MHS, but they started one for the junior high this year. That's getting started. As Mentors Care is actually going to go into junior highs.
Yeah.
Because there was a big need for that. But you know, I mean, everything I'm talking about, Alan does the exact same thing. We just do it at different times. And but if you get a chance to go to the mile and go, every year it's kind of a different menu, and they change the title of what the restaurant's called. This year it was Scratch, and
That's delicious.
my understanding was John loves meatloaf. They had a great meatloaf there this year. I just wished it was 2 days old and put it on a sandwich.
oh, that's the
okay.
best meatloaf.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
Meatloaf
tell.
sandwich,
I'm gonna tell my Scratch Cafe
Yeah.
story again because it was fantastic. So I went up there to judge the entrepreneurial contest, and so they treated me to lunch at the cafe, which turns out it was the last day that it was open for the season, and
Sure.
that's fine. But I ordered off the menu. It was a chicken fried steak, and I'm telling you, that might have been, I don't remember all the chicken fried steak I've had in my life, but there's a very good chance that was the best chicken fried steak I'd ever had. And I called the chef that's in charge of the entire program over, and turns out she listens to the podcast.
Yes, she
How about
does.
that?
That's awesome.
Hey, chef.
And but she actually said that she recognized me from my son. My son and I look a lot alike, and he's in her program or whatever. So, but anyway, it was a fantastic place to eat. It's open generally, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during the school year. So it'll be a few months before it's open again.
It's open 11:30 to 1.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, if they keep the same hours next
And they
year,
have
that's what it'll
dessert.
be. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You say dessert?
Yes.
Just
Until
get
I
a
haven't
snack.
eaten dinner
I
yet.
think
Macaroons.
I think we're gonna have to work out some sort of on the road review of the
Traveling.
Scratch
That'd be
Cafe.
awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
For the podcast
I
next
think we can do that.
next season. So
Yeah.
But the macaroons are delicious.
Okay.
Okay. And the fried macaroni and cheese, even better.
Oh, nice.
That meatloaf, yeah, you got me hooked.
okay, so we're about out of time, but we want to give one more opportunity to our guests to just kind of, especially Alan.
Yeah.
If you want to tell anybody anything in particular, especially about the election that's happening right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, my name's Alan Moorman. If you don't know me, I'm running for City Council Place 1, and hopefully you got to know a little bit about some of the stuff I'm involved in.
Yeah, just some of it.
Throughout the podcast. But I just want to encourage everybody to get out and vote. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's what I've been kind of hammering on social media and all my friends and family. But we got to get people out to vote. Right now, voting has been running for 3 days. for 3 days, and we are still have not broke 200.
We think it's 198.
198 is what I
As of
believe.
the close
I was holding that.
today.
I wanted to be
So-
number 200.
John's
there we
John's
go.
going to be there
Be
second
there
in line.
tomorrow
I'll be there tomorrow.
He's
Yeah.
going to be
Number
there
200.
tomorrow.
200.
3 hours after they open to be second in line.
But I mean, 198. You know, I mean, I talked to so many people today, and when I told them that, they're like, "Oh, so my vote's like really counts because
Yeah.
it's like."
Very much so.
I told them I
Bigly.
was like,
Bigly.
"Yeah." So I'm like, you know, if right now it's pacing for maybe 900, 1,000, maybe
Maybe out of
1,100.
45,000 people, 20,000 registered.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But let me say one more thing, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
The elections themselves are great opportunities for people to learn something. You can go up to the polls with the intention of voting and talk to the candidates
Yes.
right before you vote. And so if you don't know, you know you want to have input in how the city's run, but you don't know enough about the candidates to have a strong opinion, go up there and figure it out. Go talk to those candidates, ask them the hard questions. They're gonna be faced with difficult decisions when they're on the city council. It's okay for you to ask them, what they feel about whatever is on your mind that you think is important to the city. So I just wanted to extend everybody an invitation to go up to the polls.
Yeah.
And are you going to be up there tomorrow, Alan?
Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be up there in the morning for a couple of hours. We've got, I mentioned earlier, opening weekend for basketball. So tomorrow and late in the day tomorrow and Saturday, I'm going to be serving over there. But I'm going to be obviously, letting people know
So
to
will you
get
be there
out.
tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning I'll be there. Yep, when it opens.
8 until
8 until
we
probably
say
mid
10?
to late morning. Yeah.
Okay, let's just say 10. Okay.
Yeah,
So you're not
absolutely.
living up there
So,
at this
you know what?
point?
If
No,
you-
I have been, but tomorrow I've got to do some actual.
Yeah, he's
other
been up there every
serving
day.
some
I know,
areas.
I know he has
every
some,
single
not-
day. So
I'm not bagging on him here.
If you want to meet the candidates, go up tomorrow morning between
Yeah.
8 and 10 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can talk
And then-
to. I know Alan will be there. I haven't talked to Wayne today.
Yeah.
I called him, but he hasn't called me back yet. Go up there, talk to the candidates that are up there, make up your mind, and vote while you're there. And by the way,
and-
the voting is one choice on the ballot. This is
Yes.
It
3
takes you
minutes.
longer to park your car and walk in than it does to
Especially
actually
if you know
cast
people
the
in
vote.
the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so just to reiterate too, I know Tim already went over it, but Friday, which if you're watching this immediately, that's the first chance you're gonna have. This Friday, the 2nd, it's 9 to 5. Saturday, it's 9 to 4. That's the
It's
3rd.
8 to 4 on Friday.
I'm sorry, 8 to. Yeah, let me
Yeah.
start this over.
No, it's 8 to 5.
Friday, 8
Man.
to 5. Saturday, 8 to 4. Saturday the 3rd. Monday and Tuesday of next week, which is the 5th and 6th, it's 7 to 7. And then the election day is June the 10th, Saturday, 7 to 7. So if you come up tomorrow morning and you want to chat with me, I'll be up there. I'll be serving some other areas the rest of the time this week. Monday and Tuesday, 7 to 7, I should be out there the vast majority of the day. So if you come out, I should be around. And then obviously election day, the same thing. But I want to encourage everybody, don't wait till election day. So many people wait till election day. Something comes up, you've got a sick kid, you know,
That's when you don't
something
have another
happens.
chance.
Yeah.
And you don't have another chance. So make it out the next couple of days. If not, definitely Monday and Tuesday, 7 to 7. Those are great days to make sure you work it into your schedule. All that being said, come vote. Whether you
Tell your friends.
yeah, tell your friends come vote. You don't even have to tell them who to vote for, whether you're voting for me or not. We need people to come out and vote, and that's the only way. We talked earlier in the podcast about people getting involved and how to get people involved. The first step is just meeting the candidates in an election and having a voice in that. And when right now it's projected that maybe 900, maybe 1,000, maybe 1,100 at most are going to vote, your one vote is a big,
Massive.
a big deal.
We had, like, last year or a couple years ago, there was 54 people that separated the two candidates
Yeah.
in a particular position, and that was out of several thousand people. So it came down to 0.5% difference.
Wow.
So.
See, that's the thing. I mean, this election could be down to 10 people, 8 people,
Yeah.
20 people. I mean, it's very well, like, that's a legitimate potential. And so, get out and vote. Get your spouse out and vote. If you did go vote, but they haven't, get them out. If you have an adult child, make sure they
I'll bring them coffee.
make
if
them
they
go
do.
get educated and vote. Don't just tell them who to vote for, but hey, look into this and make them go vote. And just tell some friends. And so I'm having a lot of fun out there. I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, it has been a little slow. Tim came and visited me and brought me some coffee, but he came by, and so that was awesome. But it is a little slow out there. But I'm having fun, just talking to people, getting to know people, and at the very least, come make a new friend and let your voice be heard.
We're best friends now.
I tell you what, this isn't the Tim show; it's the Tiffany show. But
Welcome to my show.
Every election, I'm up there every single day that there's voting, and one of the things I love is that I'm not running for anything, but I get to connect with different members of the community and discuss what's important to them. And in the past, they have. What is going on over there?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, okay, well, that's enough for today. Tiffany, wrap us up.
It has been a great show today in beautiful Midlothian. Want to remind everybody about the pancake breakfast, Lyle Crocodile, and to vote. And with that, we are out.
We're out.